Well, hi there. My name's Tim Lee. Welcome to Draw Too Much. Well, my life has been going through some changes. Oh yeah, I know. I got a couple hundred videos on here teaching how to draw caricatures. I did that for somewhere around 10 years at Disney, and I've done that ever since. Still do it on occasion here and there. But I gotta admit, when it comes to caricatures, I haven't done nearly as much as I used to. And admittedly, business has even gotten slower. It's the nature of the beast. Now, I haven't put myself out there directly in front of people like I used to do. But I will tell you what I did do. I went to an art show. And that art show blew my mind. It's right in the middle of 2020. I did not expect to go from being tired of drawing caricatures, tired of drawing other people, tired of drawing other people's ideas, and suddenly go to, oh my gosh, I am so desperate to paint. And one of the things that they tell you, if you decide to go and get into the world of painting, is that you need to be a good artist, a good drawer, good drawer. I have plenty of good drawers, and I think I'm a fairly good drawer as well. And I gotta tell you, there are things that even now, that I look at them and I go, I'm not sure if I could pull that off, or if I would know how to approach it. What medium would I do? How would I even begin to process the idea? And how long is it going to take me? Am I going to get bored fast? And if you start going through those thought processes and start thinking about how challenging something's going to be, you'll never even give it a shot. And it's probably not the way to live life. So, I decided that I was going to step into the world of painting. Now, I kind of did things a little backwards. I actually started with acrylics because, in my opinion, they were easier. And then I went to another art show. At that art show, everyone there told me, hey, glad you're doing acrylics, but you should be doing oil paints. They're easier. And I laughed at them because, obviously, oil painting is not easier. And they say it's the most forgiving medium ever. How is it the most forgiving medium ever? I can't understand it. Every time I've messed with it, it doesn't make sense. Well, they were right. And it comes down to practice. But here's what you're looking for. You're not looking for practice. You're looking for trying new techniques, new theories, new thoughts, and just allowing your brain to slowly develop. And then there's going to come a day when you're sitting there and you're painting, and suddenly you're just going to feel things get easier. You think I'm joking? No, I'm dead serious. That is exactly what happened to me. I was painting, working on a piece that I was really enjoying, and then suddenly everything just became easier. Things made sense. And I don't mean it took months. I mean, yes, the practice of painting oils and things like that, yes, it always seemed confusing. But then sitting in one moment, at one point in time, suddenly my brain clicked. I call it God throwing the switch on your brain. And when it clicked, suddenly painting didn't feel as awkward. Laying down the paint didn't feel like I was struggling to figure out how much paint to lay down. And even processing how I was going to go about beginning painting things. Yeah, it still had its troubles, but it wasn't the same thing. And also stuff that I wasn't sure that I could actually paint, it actually became more readable. I began to understand it better. So, I did a piece that was a ram's skull. You can see it over on my Instagram. I've actually been putting a lot of my artwork on my Instagram. You should go and stop by there. Would love you if you followed it. And over there, that ram skull, well, I didn't quite center it in the canvas the way I wanted to. So I thought, well, what I would like to put there, I think it'd be kind of cool, would be maybe a rose. Well, I have no idea how to draw roses. Never even thought about drawing a rose in the past. How would you even go about it? They're so incredibly detailed. Could I even pull it off? Well, how do we find out? Well, stop sitting there and thinking, I probably can't, so I'm not going to worry about it. or just sitting there going, I should do it. It makes sense. I should try. Just get to work. So I went and found the way that worked for me. A long time ago, I did a test with a drawing where I drew white on black instead of black on white. And you have no idea how different my drawings came out. And a gentleman that was my tutor at the time looked at me and he said, now that is the way that you should be drawing. You should be drawing white on black, because I could see the tones better. I could read them better. So instead of taking pure white and darkening and darkening and darkening in my shadows, what if instead I started from pure black and I brought the light out of it? And I learned that worked for me. And then I thought, well, there is one medium that does work pretty well that I haven't tried, but I've seen lots of other people try when it came to oils. And that would be charcoal pencils. And they have white charcoal pencils. What if I tried that? And as you can see, it did pretty well. And that's the point I'm trying to make to you. As you're looking into the future and you're going, I want to be a caricaturist, I want to be a cartoonist, I want to be an oil painter, I want to be an acrylic painter, whatever format, whatever medium, whatever you're inspiring for, stop worrying so much and just find a way to do it. And I can tell you that your way of doing things is not going to be the way that everyone else does it. Because I gotta admit, there are a lot of artists out there that I absolutely love, and I watch how they do their paintings, and I watch how they do their stuff, and I try their ideas and their techniques, and it just does not work for me. And I go, well, why doesn't it work for me? Or maybe I find someone using these weird things. That thing that's in my hand right now, that's a soft pan pastel, I would call it a knife. And you would take pastels and you would paint using these knives. Well, truth be told, I've seen one other person do it with charcoal, and I thought I would give it a shot. And I'm using white charcoal pencils, and then I blend, and then I have an electric eraser, which works fantastic to get things to that pure black. And then I go back in with those knives, and I then blend back in a gray tone. And I just balance it out back and forth until I get the gray tone that I'm looking for. And you gotta admit, for a guy who's never drawn a rose before, that thing is starting to really pop off the canvas. And the thing I liked is, as I was actually recording this, I would look back at the camera, and I would look at what the camera was seeing. And the rose was popping out more on the camera than it was in front of me there in person. And it told me, hey, I'm doing it right. It's just that my brain isn't seeing what I'm doing until I look at it from an alternative source. And yeah, all I was doing was just taking a canvas and drawing in my lap as I watched some anime. That's how it goes. And sometimes that's how simple things need to be. So when you're so worried about trying to do everything professionally or having all the professional gear or whatever the case may be, back up a couple steps, man or girl, whatever the case may be. Take a few steps back, breathe, and maybe get a little bit re-inspired. And for the record, yes, I know, I've spent so many years making videos on this channel teaching you how to draw caricatures. But guess what? I'm walking into a new world. And coming up here in March of 2023, I'm going to have my first booth at an art show. I'm going to be selling oil paintings. And I am working incredibly hard right now to learn the world of oil painting as I am pushing for this reality. And it is a humongous challenge that I'm going to be facing. And if I do make further content here on the channel, yeah, if you ask questions and I can find a way to answer them when it comes to caricatures, hey, that knowledge isn't going anywhere. I'll be happy to share it with you. But here's the reality. I'm on a new journey, and I'm going to bring you along with me. So, we're going to draw too much. We're going to paint too much. We're going to oil paint too much. And I'm going to take you on my journey as I learn to go from cartoons, caricatures, and drawing people and things funny to drawing things artistically and get that painterly approach and getting that brush to work the way I need it to. If you find that you're converting that direction as well, take the ride with me. If not, I got a million videos here to show you everything that you need to know about cartooning and caricature from years past, and honestly, they could use an update. So maybe that's something we need to work on. Take the journey with me. I would love to have you here. By the way, thank you to everyone who has subscribed on my YouTube channel. Yes, I know I pop in and out every couple months, but I'll try to do a little better and get you some more content here and there as I can. Right now, it's full focus on learning how to paint. But I'll bring you along on the journey because it's an exciting journey. And make sure you follow my Instagram, official_legacy studio. You can see everything I'm working on. I do constant updates on there and would love to see your comments. Thanks so much for watching. That's my rose. I actually did it.